Monday started like every other Monday. I woke up late. Skipped breakfast. Grabbed a coffee on my way to work. Nothing felt unusual. Around 10 that morning my phone buzzed. It was a notification from my bank. I expected another paycheck alert. Instead, it said, "Congratulations. Your mortgage application has been approved." I frowned. I had never applied for a mortgage. I opened my banking app immediately. My checking account looked normal. My savings were untouched. Every dollar was exactly where it should have been. For a moment I thought the message had been sent by mistake. I called the bank. After verifying my identity, the representative became strangely quiet. "Sir, I can confirm your mortgage was approved this morning. There has to be a mistake. I never applied. According to our records, you completed the application in person last Friday." I laughed. Last Friday I was in another state for a business conference. I have hotel receipts. Plane tickets. Everything. The representative apologized. Then she asked me to visit my local branch immediately. An hour later I was sitting across from the branch manager. He placed a folder on the desk. Inside were copies of documents. The signature looked exactly like mine. The driver's license had my name, my date of birth, my address, even my photograph. But I had never seen that license before. The manager looked confused. "Sir, is this your signature?" It looked perfect. Every curve. Every letter. It was identical. But it wasn't mine. Someone had copied it perfectly. The manager continued. "The loan has already been funded. $480,000. Transferred yesterday." "To where?" He turned the monitor toward me. The money had been wired to a construction company. One I had never heard of. I left the bank feeling sick. Before I reached my car, my phone rang again. This time it was my credit card company. "Mr. Carter. We're calling to verify your recent vehicle purchase." "Vehicle?" "Yes, sir. The luxury SUV purchased this morning." I closed my eyes. I never bought a car. The representative paused. Then quietly asked, "Sir, have you lost control of your identity?" That sentence hit me harder than anything else. Not my bank account. Not my credit cards. My identity. I spent the rest of the afternoon freezing every account I owned. Changing passwords. Calling every financial institution I could think of. By evening I thought the worst was over. Then someone knocked on my front door. 2 police officers were standing outside. "Mr. Carter. You're under investigation for financial fraud involving more than $2 million. I stared at them in complete disbelief. One of the officers looked down at his tablet. Then back at me. "According to our records, you've been committing these crimes for almost 3 years. I honestly thought there had been some kind of misunderstanding." I invited the officers inside. They didn't look angry. They looked convinced. One of them opened a folder. Inside were dozens of documents. Bank transfers. Loan applications. Business registrations. Property purchases. Every single one had my name on it. My signature. My photograph. The officer pointed to one page. "Is this your signature?" It looked exactly like mine. I wanted to say no. But I couldn't explain why. It was identical. "Sir, do you own a company called Horizon Property Group?" "Never heard of it." He slid another document across the table. "According to state records, you created the company 28 months ago. The registered address was my house. The registered phone number was mine. Even the email address belonged to me. Except, I had never created that email account. Someone had copied everything. The officer looked at me carefully. Mr. Carter. Have you reported identity theft before? No. Should I have? He didn't answer. Instead, he asked, has anyone had access to your personal documents? I thought about it. No. At least I didn't think so. The officers left after almost an hour. They didn't arrest me. Not yet. But before leaving, they gave me a warning. Do not leave the city. You may be called in for questioning at any time. The moment they drove away, I started searching through every drawer in my house. Passport. Birth certificate. Tax records. Everything was still there. Nothing was missing. Then I remembered something. About 8 months earlier, my company had asked every employee to upload identification documents to a new online HR system. Passport. Driver's license. Tax information. Emergency contacts. Everything. I grabbed my laptop. The HR portal was offline. Instead of the login page, a simple message appeared. Service temporarily unavailable. I called the IT department. No answer. Then I texted one of my coworkers. Hey, is the HR website down for you too? He replied almost immediately. Yeah. Has been down since yesterday. They said there was some kind of security incident. My stomach tightened. Security incident. I opened the company group chat. There were hundreds of unread messages. People were complaining that payroll information had disappeared. Some employees couldn't log in. Others claimed their bank accounts had been changed without permission. Then a new message appeared from Human Resources. Due to an ongoing cybersecurity investigation, please do not upload or share any personal information until further notice. My heart started racing. I wasn't the only victim. Then my phone buzzed again. Unknown number. I answered. A calm male voice spoke. Mr. Carter. You're looking in the wrong place. What? This didn't start with your bank. It started with your employer. Before I could ask another question, the caller quietly said, check your employee file. Then the line went dead. The next morning I went straight to the office. Nobody looked normal. People were standing in small groups, whispering. Some looked angry. Others looked scared. The receptionist stopped me before I reached the elevators. Human Resources is meeting with everyone on the 4th floor. I took the elevator up. Outside the conference room, almost every employee was waiting. A woman from HR finally stepped forward. As many of you know, we experienced a cybersecurity breach. Some employee records may have been accessed. May have. Those two words made everyone nervous. Someone shouted from the back. What kind of records? She hesitated. Identification documents. Payroll information. Tax forms. Emergency contacts. Copies of driver's licenses. Passports. The room exploded with questions. Nobody received any real answers. After the meeting, I walked directly to the HR office. I asked for a copy of my employee file. The woman behind the desk looked uncomfortable. She searched my name. Then frowned. Mr. Carter. Your file was accessed multiple times last month. By who? She looked at the screen again. According to the logs. An internal administrator account. Which administrator? I can't see the name. Only the account. I left the office even more confused than before. As I walked back to my desk, someone quietly called my name. Daniel. I turned around. It was Olivia from the IT department. She looked nervous. Can we talk somewhere private? 5 minutes later, we were sitting in the empty cafeteria. She looked around before speaking. I shouldn't be telling you this. Then don't. She shook her head. No. You need to know. The breach wasn't external. What do you mean? Nobody hacked into the company. Someone already inside the company stole the data. My heart started racing. Are you sure? She nodded. We've been checking the server logs all night. Every file was downloaded using a valid employee account. No malware. No ransomware. No foreign IP addresses. Just someone with permission. Who? She leaned closer. We don't know. Whoever did it deleted almost every trace. Almost. She pulled out her phone. I copied one screenshot before the logs disappeared. It showed a list of employee files. Hundreds of names. Most had been opened once. Mine had been opened 43 times. 43. Why mine? Olivia slowly looked up at me. Because someone wasn't stealing random identities. They were building yours. Before I could answer, her phone buzzed. She looked at the screen. The color disappeared from her face. What's wrong? She whispered. I never told anyone I made this copy. Then she turned her phone toward me. The message contained only one sentence. Delete the screenshot. Or you're next. Olivia stared at the message. Neither of us spoke. Someone knew she had copied the logs. Someone was watching. Delete it. Now. She looked at me. I can't. If I delete it, we'll never know who did this. I took a deep breath. Make another copy. She shook her head. Already did. Where? She smiled for the first time. Offline. Good. Then don't tell anyone. She slipped her phone back into her pocket. At that exact moment, her laptop suddenly made a notification sound. She opened it. Her smile disappeared. Every file on the screen was deleting itself. One by one. Without anyone touching the keyboard. She immediately disconnected the Wi-Fi. It didn't matter. The files kept disappearing. Within 30 seconds. Everything was gone. Except one document. A text file. Its name was simple. Read me. Olivia clicked it. There was only one sentence. You should have deleted the screenshot. She slammed the laptop shut. We need to leave. Right now. As we walked toward the parking garage, my phone started ringing. It was Detective Harris. The officer who had questioned me the day before. Mr. Carter. Where are you? At work. Leave immediately. Why? We just received another fraudulent loan application. Using your identity. I closed my eyes. How much this time? $900,000. I almost laughed. I had been sitting in the company cafeteria for the last hour. How could I be applying for loans at the same time? Detective Harris continued. There's something else. The application was submitted from your company's internal network. I looked at Olivia. She had heard every word. She whispered. It's happening live. I turned back to the phone. Can you trace exactly which computer? There was a short pause. Then the detective answered. We already did. It's coming from your employee account. I felt every drop of blood leave my face. Impossible. I'm standing right here. Your computer is turned off. Detective Harris sighed. Mr. Carter. According to the logs. Your account has been active for the last 3 hours. Someone was using my identity. Someone was using my employee account. And somehow, the system believed that person was me. Before I could process it, Olivia grabbed my arm. Don't turn around. Why? Someone has been following us since we left the cafeteria. I looked at the reflection in the glass doors instead. A man wearing an employee badge was standing about 50 feet behind us. He wasn't pretending to check his phone. He was watching us. Olivia quietly whispered, "I know him." "Who is he?" She swallowed hard. "He works in cybersecurity. He's the one leading the investigation into the data breach." I kept walking. I didn't turn around. The man stayed the same distance behind us. Calm. Patient. Almost like he wanted us to notice him. Olivia whispered. "His name is Eric. Senior cybersecurity analyst. He's been with the company for almost 8 years. Do you trust him?" I did. Until today. We reached my car. I unlocked it. The moment we got inside, I locked every door. Only then did I look back. Eric was gone. He had disappeared. Olivia opened her backpack and pulled out a small USB drive. "This is the offline copy, the one nobody should know exists." I started the engine. Where are we going? Not home. Not the office. Somewhere with cameras. We drove to a 24-hour co-working space. I borrowed a computer that had never been connected to my company. Olivia inserted the USB drive. Inside were server logs, access records, employee accounts. Everything looked confusing. Until one line caught my attention. User: Daniel Carter. Access time: 3:42 a.m. Location: head office. I laughed. 3:42 in the morning. I was asleep. I had security cameras at my apartment. I could prove it. Olivia kept scrolling. Then she froze. Look at this. Every fake loan. Every fake company. Every fake purchase had been approved within minutes of someone logging into my employee account. The account wasn't just stealing my identity. It was creating an entirely new digital version of me. Then we found one final log. Administrator override. Approved by Eric Lawson. The room went silent. We finally had a name. Just as Olivia reached for her phone to call Detective Harris, every light in the room went out. Complete darkness. A few seconds later, the emergency lights switched on. People around us looked confused. Someone complained about the power. Then I heard slow footsteps walking toward us. One pair. Then another. Then another. Olivia whispered, "Hide the USB." I slipped it into my pocket. A flashlight suddenly pointed directly at our faces. Eric stood only a few feet away. He smiled. Not the smile of someone who had been caught. The smile of someone who had expected us to find the truth. He calmly looked at me. Then he said, "Daniel, you're finally asking the right questions. But you still think I stole your identity." I didn't. Someone paid me to build it.